Hey guys, so I just wanted to get on and share some encouragement. It's always just encouragement. Nothing's like set in stone because we don't, Jesus' ways are higher and we don't always understand everything, but everything has a purpose. Um, but we'll call this a high watch, a confirmation of a high watch. Um, Anyways, so Denise was talking to me on the phone earlier and she had said that the Lord brought it back to her, brought the memory back to her that on April 8th of this year, her and her son they heard trumpets and like loud and clear in their spirits, both of them. And sorry for my daughter. Both my babies are, the virus switched. It was like a tummy virus with a fever, and now it ended with a cough. So I don't know. Anyways, um, so they heard the trumpets and they felt the Holy Spirit come over them very strong. And that day on April 8th, they thought like they were about to be raptured or something. But then he spoke to Denise and said, but on my calendar, I believe, something like that. And then Mandy, she's been having the revelations, and Jesus kind of confirmed her revelations because there's always like mirrors and there's fractals of everything because he is our creator is just so mind-blowing and complex. Like, he's indescribable, like for human brains. His spirit reveals piece by piece as we're ready for them, but um so anyways, her revelations, he kind of gave her a confirmation on how December would be like the first month, and it goes counterclockwise, and then November would be the second month, and then October the third month, right? And um, and and then, but also, we've gotten confirmation on stuff that Cassie received about different dates in October, and so I knew that from what he was showing us in one area, it's the 8th month on his calendar, right? And Mandy said that April, going her way, that he's revealing stuff to her, April would be the 8th month on his calendar, right? And so when they heard the trumpets, it was April 8th. So it was the 8th day of April, right? And I keep saying right, sorry. And so then I remembered that October 20th, because Jesus told us that the year is actually like 2025, because the enemy twisted and hid like Sabbaths and stuff, and there's like a 10-day difference or whatever, of 2025 and 2023. But 2025 is the accurate one, apparently, from what we understand. So he tells us to look at 2025 in Solarium all the time, and so I was looking at Solarium. Oh no, wait, for I just totally, hold on. I'm gonna come back to that. So I remembered that October 20th was 726 on God's calendar, right? And so I counted the days, and that would be, tomorrow would be the 8th day of God's 8th month, going off of what we have been revealed, which is the mirror of going the way Mandy said, April being the 8th month and it being the 8th day that they heard the trumpets. So that's encouraging. And then when we were all sharing about like this and stuff and talking earlier, I decided to look into Stellarium, and I noticed that Venus, which represents the bride of Christ, the church and the bride, Venus is in the womb of Virgo. And okay, and that the the symbolic labor, like where he supernaturally brought on like symptoms and stuff, that labor Zoom thing, experience, I'm gonna call it experience, Jesus had said that was symbolic of Jesus being born, right? But that the second birth in the heavens would be the bride, those who have his man-child spirit within them, the bride, the church, being caught up. That's like the next birth that happens in the heavens, is the bride getting caught up. And so I thought it was very interesting because I saw Venus in the womb of the Virgin. I call it the Virgin, but the world calls it Virgo. And Venus comes out of the womb in the middle of the night, like 11, right when it switches over to 11/1, on 2025. And so that is literally symbolizing when he wanted the video scheduled to be posted. If we're not here anymore, he said it will be automatically posted. And it symbolizes the bride going up. So that's very, very encouraging. It might be tonight, it might be tomorrow that like Mandy and the children and Cassie go up, and then we shortly go up after posting the recordings of it. That's very encouraging. I know we all need it. I feel a lot better today. I was feeling a little bit down, not gonna lie, yesterday. And Jesus knows that. He knows our hearts, and he said when it feels like all hope is lost, he's catching us up. So I believe him. I always believe him no matter what. Even if a date passed, I always went back to childlike faith, because when we come to him like a child, he loves it, and he gives us little things to unwrap like this. Just to show you. My clock is wrong in Solarium. I don't know why, but this is in the middle of the night.